Happy hump day, everybody, and welcome back to Brown Bag Bets, powered by BetSperts. We are your daily dose of quick hit handicapping and sports betting picks. I'm Alex Christensen, and joining me as always, and in the same shirt today, folks. For some reason, the lighting has the color a little different, but shout out to 4 for 4 Fantasy. They're excellent, and the t shirts are awesome. Super, super comfy, right, Andy?
These are actually really, really comfy t-shirts, and also didn't plan on this. And I'm really bad at promoting anything ever, even stuff that would actually make me money. But right now, 4 for 4 has like a Black Friday sale. I have no idea what the products they're selling are or what percentage off you're getting, but I'm sure
It's a
it's really
t-shirt.
good. And if you go to like 4 for 4 football on Twitter, I'm sure it's their pinned tweet because this is kind of their only other big sale that besides preseason. I know they do a lot of fantasy stuff, but they also have betting. They have a couple guys that do basketball player props. They have DFS products. And it's all incredibly cheap right now because it's the middle of the season and it's also Black Friday. So check out our friends at 4 for 4. And with that, let's get into it because this is one of the very last things I have to do. I have this. I have to go to the liquor store, and then the grocery store I went to didn't have Brussels sprouts. I got to probably go to Trader Joe's, which I hate. I think they were
Brussels
just out.
sprouts?
No, I think they were just out. I think a lot of people
Oh,
had bought them because the spot where they normally are, but they were just gone. So I feel a lot of people are rocking the sprouts for Thanksgiving. So I'm
I
probably
dig it.
gonna
I'm
have
a
to go to
sprout man.
Trader Joe's, which I hate. I hate that place. It's like I get it. You guys are different. Like you're like the shitty Apple of fucking
They really
grocery
think they're
stores.
having fun at work.
Yeah. They're
That's
not.
what
Like
bothers
you
me.
can't
They're
put on
not.
a Hawaiian shirt and just, oh, I'm having fun. Like, no, you're not. You're still at work at a grocery store. Although they do have some fun. The liquor store, there's fun. I'll give them a little credit. Kind of
Trader Joe's
backtrack there.
bashing people. Didn't plan on that today.
Yeah. Oh, their flyer. It's fearless. It's not a fearless flyer. It's a goddamn ad. Is that the same people? Wow. It's got out of
I try
hand in
not
a
to
hurry.
go.
It's
They do
got
have
to,
nice
well, I
flowers,
mean,
though.
you get that shit in the mail. I don't get any good mail anymore. Should we just bitch about things first? Should we do
I got some stupid mail
is this
today, actually. I
Festivus?
should send people a copy
I
of
got
this.
some complaints. We
I
saved
got an
it we should
unbelievable phishing mail today. So, Andy, it's a letter, and it starts with, if we've been contacted by one of your credit cards, then if you have a credit card with these 15 companies, please call us because maybe, there's a problem. It was just unbelievable, the crap that you get.
a really good one lately is apparently where you hold your mortgage is some sort of public record. So
Yeah.
I get a lot of mail that says it's from my bank regarding my mortgage, and it's not. They just happen to know I have a mortgage, and they know what bank it is. So I've caught on. I caught on to that after one, but now I get a lot of those. So, all right, junk mail, Traders Joe's, VAR. I hate VAR. Like just leave the goals on the board, except for yesterday because we didn't want that one.
I
It's
enjoyed the VAR
it's
today.
only
Enjoy.
helped me like one time, and I do bet unders, guys. Once in a while, it does help me every once in a while. But yeah, VAR sucks. Germany sucks. Costa Rica really sucks. I just need one more goal in here. I took an alternate over 3.5 at like plus 128. I can't cash normal bets. I can only cash big plus money bets like a draw yesterday. We'll get to World Cup to close it, but let's start in Montevideo, down South America way. No South American teams are playing today. It is only Africa, Asia, Europe, and Central and North America. They have the days off. Drew is probably sweating. Yeah. So Drew, I don't remember what he bought Iran for, but the team that gives up the most amount of goals in one game in group play, or maybe it's the whole tournament, is 3% of the pot. The pot was like 500K. So I mean, it's a decent chunk if the Iran 6 goals can hold on. So hopefully Costa Rica or Spain score one more, and that's it. And we don't need him sweating while he's on a flight to Hawaii. Let's start Montevideo though with
Poor
some.
guy going to Hawaii.
Yeah, oh yeah, we shouldn't like feel bad for
Welcome
him
to
because he's on a
welcome to bitter brown bag bets today.
You know where he said he's gonna go? He's gonna go check out the beach from White Lotus.
Creepy.
Yeah, I'm like, well, hopefully there's no bodies or anything, but yeah, Montevideo, and it looks like it is all bets in one single match. You seem to have a little bit of a liking to this Taborda character. What's her first name?
Martina Capurro de Borda. Taborda.
Oh,
Really like her today against Harmony Tan. Harmony Tan, kind of a fish out of water when we get on clay. That's where we are here in South America. Taborda comes from Argentina, very comfortable on clay, has a couple nice wins under her belt the last week. And really, Andy, it's a play on the fact that Tan is not healthy. I think she's going to show up, kind of do what she did in her last match, got through the first set, retired, and kind of went on. I think that's basically all you have to do to get the ranking points, if you will, kind of her showing up. And I just think either she just loses outright if she can play, or plays the first set and quits on us. So that's why we're kind of stacking up a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to take the money line at plus 425.
which books will honor the money line? Even and that's the thing too. Like she can win the first set and retire, and if she retires, books that honor the money line will still give you the win on Taborda. So, which offshore books? I know. I feel like Bovada does, but not Chris. And Bet Online, I feel like, is a canceller. Any live bets are cancelers, but I might have to do another reading of the odds or the rules before I get into this one.
So Bovada and Bookmaker will void on any retirement or withdraw. I'm not sure about Bet Online. I didn't look at their
I'll
rules.
double check that.
FanDuel is the one legal book that will settle if the first set is completed.
I know there's one offshore that I'm able to get away with it. Maybe because you mentioned Chris and Bovada not being it may be Bet Online. Hopefully it's not Bet US, because I'm at this point now I really can't bet anything there. It is 25 across the board. Bet Online
So there,
cancels. Maybe it's some stupid book like my bookie. We'll check it out. I'll read some rules, but in any case, in a match like this where you are worried about injury or retirement, read your rules. Just know what you're getting into, because sometimes you're betting on someone where it's like, hey, they're clearly the better player, and you're getting a good price on a better player because they're carrying an injury. And if you're worried about retirement, you'd love to see it canceled if that injury crops up. So it kind of cuts both ways. Really know your rules. Maybe write them down so you don't have to be the asshole doing it live on a show trying to figure out which one's which when he's clearly already looked this up at one point. I'm going to take some notes today, honestly, guys. So I'm excited about this one. This has got my blood pumping. I love an injury play.
nice big underdog. It's this afternoon. And again, just really like the setup here. And if you go through the book, so Taborda, I bet at FanDuel. So if the first set cashes, great. That's fine. I'm also just going to take the first set money line. That'll cash anywhere as long as they get the first set done. And then plus 1.5 sets, plus 180. This one is interesting. A lot of books will avoid this, but Bovado actually is one of the spots, Andy,
Yep.
where if the first set is over and Taborda wins the first set and then they quit, Taborda already is covered plus 1.5 sets. They'll cash this out. So Taborda money line, play that at FanDuel or anywhere you know they're going to pay out if the first set is completed. Taborda first set, best price. Doesn't really matter where you place that. And then Taborda plus 1.5 sets, again, I would lean towards Bovada. I'm not actually sure that there's a lot of other books that will pay if it's already settled.
No, that's true. That's what I was thinking about Bovada, because I have had that come up where my underdog won the first set, then we had a retirement. They did cash out the plus 1.5, which truthfully I get rules and why they're in place for certain types of bets, but in the case of when you have a college football game that's shortened, but the over has already hit, just give the people their money. Like it's one of those things. Like, hey, there were already enough points. I don't care if we only played 55. We weren't getting negative points. So I respect Bovada for that, and that's where I'll definitely be playing that. Reading some other rules at the other ones. I'll figure it out eventually. A little college basketball today. It's been a few days, mostly just me trying to fix things. I'm going to try to pull some of the stats into R, and I think that'll make things a lot better eventually. But college basketball, not a lot to say about any of these. I haven't loved some of these neutral sites, although the Maui one, um, basically whatever the live algorithm is, has been kind of wrong. Like if you watch live totals, just watch a basketball game and then watch the live total and watch it kind of fluctuate up and down. I joke about it being a game of runs, but a lot of basketball games are, and you'll see the live total go up and down. Sometimes there's a range of like 20, 30 points it'll move around in, and sometimes it'll just find itself back to the pregame total in the end, and that's always funny. But these totals in Maui just keep going up. Like if it circles you, it's never going to be like, oh, now I got a better number. It's like, no, it went up a point. It went up another point. It went up another point. Like, I was betting this Creighton game in like the 150s, and it just kept going up, and then it's like 160 and a half, 161 and a half, just kind of kept clicking as I was watching that. It was like 190, not that many. There was like 180 points in that one. It just, those rims are, and Alex, you're a baller. You know what, everybody knows that one park where like the rims are just soft, they got a little give, everything rolls in, you can't miss. That's the fun one to go play at. So
nice single rim. Nice light
single,
a nice fat plastic single rim, got a little bounce to it.
Oh God, just a free throw stream.
Nice heavy net on the back of it.
So yeah, Weber State, Stony Brook, and Drexel. That's all I'm going to say about this.
Drexel.
No analysis. Drexel Dragons, Stony Brook Brooks, and the Weber State Wildcats. A few of these are neutral, so I did pull out home court, which took a bunch of plays off my play. It's like, hey, if this team were playing at home and you had to give them 2 or 3 more points, it might be a play, but a lot of them came off because of that. So Weber State plus 5.5, Stony Brook plus 9, and Drexel plus 7. Well, speaking German, since I was feeling it this morning. I've texted my mom so early because she's legit German, born, raised, all that, and I texted her some German this morning. She was pumped, and then Japan and came and ruined my mom's day. Thanks a lot, guys.
Japan's always sneaky in this tournament.
Yeah,
I feel like they do much better than people expect.
They play an odd style, but if you can't defend that over the top shit, and they're going to get chances, I mean, you better be up 3-4-0 because that's what Germany should have been. Let's hit up the association quick before we get back to soccer, though, because you have some plays, and as of last night, light the tower, light the laser, whatever.
The beam, get the beam going.
Yes, it didn't matter if you got a shitty number and were terrible at market entry like Alex, or if you watched the show and got a good number like Alex told you to. If you bet the money line, you won, and it got a little dicey. That was, as this does in the NBA, but all numbers cashed for the Kangs. Good job, 1-0 yesterday. Congrats to you, and looks like you have a few plays on the Hump Day session.
12 games. There'll be no NBA basketball tomorrow. Everybody gets a day off, so huge slate today, huge slate on Friday. Just 4 picks out of the 12. A lot of murky spots tonight. You know, my Sixers have basically nobody playing tonight. The Hornets open up as 3.5-point favorites. They're now out to 5. Kudos to anybody that got on that early. Really want to bet the Raptors, but the Nets are pretty healthy. Everybody's kind of back there. The Mavericks-Celtics game should be awesome. The Mavericks generally play up. Was thinking about maybe taking them, but the number's down below 5. But 4 numbers I do like. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Bet this at -1. It's at -2 right now. That's just fine as well. They visit the Indiana Pacers. As I've said before, we're going to continue to fade the Pacers until we see some of these numbers fall down. It's really not a bad rest spot for anybody involved tonight. Minnesota is coming off a full night's rest. So is Indiana here. It is the night before Thanksgiving, but there's generally not too much messiness there, especially with Minnesota being so close to home, being in Indiana anyway. Have the Timberwolves here as 4, almost 5-point favorites. Really like the way they've been playing over the last couple of weeks. They seem to have kind of sorted out their lineups and things like that. And I think we're going to get some value on the Timberwolves here for another week or so before the market sort of wipes out the first couple weeks of the season, the worst week or so of the season when the Timberwolves really struggled. Trailblazers plus 8.5. They go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Love the Cavaliers. They're a great team, but 8.5 points is too much here. Looks like there was an adjustment here for Dame Lillard being out. I don't know if I'm going to say the Trailblazers are better without Dame Lillard, but they sure aren't that much worse. If you have Lillard in here, I think this line is closer to 4.5, 5. They take it all the way out to 8. I had this closer to 5.5, 6 myself. So like the Trailblazers plus 8 or better tonight. again, Dame Lillard, I think, is really what's driving the value for us tonight. And it's one of the toughest things to try to figure out what a player is worth. And again, I'm not going to say the Blazers are better without him, but they're sure not that much worse. Kings Hawks under 240.5. I know it's a big total, and it's tough to go under big totals. In the last couple of years, going over big totals have been good, but we've seen a little bit of a correction there this season and the end of last season. Again, I think the market becoming a little bit sharper at those extremes. But I look at this game tonight, the Kings coming off a back-to-back again. We know they played last night in a really tight, tough game. They're going to be tired tonight. The Hawks are at home. Generally, the defense is much better there. They're more locked in. I just think we're going to see a pretty slow pace tonight. I don't think the Kings have any interest in really running. And the Hawks really aren't going to push here. I had this total in the 230s, closer to 236, 237. So anything 240 or higher, let's take the under. And the New Orleans Pelicans, -7, still the same number that's out here. They go up against a San Antonio Spurs team that has finally totally kind of shut things down here. I know it's very early in the season, but a team that started with a winning record has really adjusted what they're doing. The minutes are down for some of their best players. Popovich is clearly kind of testing things out there and happy to lose basketball games. The Pelicans, when fully healthy, are one of the better teams in the regular season so far this year. They've got everybody going tonight. I had this spread closer to 9.5, so happy to take anything 7 or less. So 2 favorites, a dog and an under.
And before we do get to the Cup of the World, I do want to mention a little update to the football. Robert Saleh has thrown his balls on the table, made a man's decision, and benched his young quarterback.
It's going to be a white Thanksgiving for the Jets.
It is going to be a whiteout. Mike White. Speaking of, we bring up White Lotus a lot. I wonder if he named it White Lotus because that's his name. But different Mike White. A lot of jokes about that. Drew already made one in the DMs to me. But Mike White will be your starter. And this is where the chess match comes in because the Bears probably don't want to win. Like they have a really good shot at getting the number 2 pick if Carolina picks up a win. And they could really use that in a nice little rebuild. So I think the chess match there is to bench Justin Fields, who has a really hurt shoulder at this point. So very interesting. I brought that up a couple times. It's very hard to try to figure out a game where both the starters could be out. Now we've already got news that the Jets have indeed benched their young brat of a quarterback. Fuck him. Fine. I'm fine with
Watch out, moms of New York. He's coming.
Yeah. There's more time for MILF hunting. MILF Hunter. Remember that? I don't.
I do.
Friend told me about it. Oh, the World Cup. And I didn't even put the name of the game on here. This is the only game that's left. Andy. Match, game, pitch, field, striker, false 9, clean sheet.
Belgium.
Under 1, first half.
Canada.
Belgium, Canada. I don't want to say Belgium. He did win the meeting. I had a Google Chrome thing tell me I have a meeting in 10 minutes. He did win the award for the best goalkeeper last time out, Thibaut Courtois in Belgium. He is probably not the best keeper in the tournament, but if he ain't top 3, and my name ain't Andy Molitor, he's probably top 2. He's probably only behind the goalie's so nice. Elvis Costello wrote a song about him down in Brazil. So we have a top 2 keeper in one end, and we have a Belgian team that it looks like, and it's hard to use friendlies, but there is a handful of friendlies that had some very, very slow starting first halves. There's, I think, 3 or 4 of the last 5. They didn't score in the first half. They gave up one to Wales. Canada certainly is not on the level of Wales. Canada is in my mind, a bottom 5 team here. They're probably the second worst CONCACAF team in the tournament, and that's only because Costa Rica is the worst team in the tournament, not named Qatar. So I'm riding with Alex on this. This is something Alex does with all the early matches. Cagey, people trying to figure out the climate, the time changes. Sometimes you will see some just slow matchups. How many 0-0 ties have we had already? Draws.
I believe we've had 3 or 4.
3. Yeah, we had another one this morning. So looking for under 1 in the first half, getting plus money. This will be my 3rd straight plus money bet. Hopefully my 2nd straight winner. I do not have a winner in Spain yet. I need 1 more goal in the second half. It's almost worth middling because the total is 5. Juicy to the under. Maybe we'll leave that alone. I have middle to match already this year, so maybe I'm
I
onto
love the middle.
something.
There's nothing better than a
I
good
love a
middle.
little middle. So riding with in these trying times, you got to rely on friends, compatriots, and companions. I've already tapped Logan to help me with the Mexico match. I've talked to people behind the scenes to help. I'm still in the hole. I think I'm actually back out of the hole if Spain goes over. It's going to be just dancing with break even for this whole tournament. It's going to be really something.
That's all you do. We're flipping coins, folks.
I get better once we get to the quarterfinals. It's like, all right, now I know what these teams are, and then I just bet a bunch of unders. So, the second half might not be fun. There's going to be probably a massive amount of subs. The thing about that, if Spain does sub a bunch of players off, like they have legitimate starters on their bench. Some of these guys are experienced starting players who've had plenty of caps here at the World Cup. So Spain can stick some subs in. It's not like they're trying to get some young guys experience. The young guys trying to get experience are already on the pitch. So let's go Spain 4-0. Drew doesn't sweat. I don't sweat. Nobody sweats. I'm not going to have the sweats until I have the meat sweats tomorrow. I'll be dry brining a turkey. I will be absolutely documenting that entire process via photos and tweets. I'm excited. It's not even a full turkey because I have a small family. We just got the turkey breast thing because it's like, man, do I want 14 pounds of turkey?
Yeah,
No.
you do.
I do, but my dad's going to send me home with turkey leftovers on Saturday. So it's like, then I'll have like 18 pounds of turkey. So I'm just going to do a small one, guys. Just
turkey sandwiches for everyone.
Turkey noodle soup.
Turkey.
And with that, we ask you, we're thankful for you, but I'm more thankful if you gave me a thumbs up, you jagoffs. Please hit the thumbs up in the YouTube channel. I'm grateful for everyone who comes in here and comments and chats with us. Patrick Holt,
we do appreciate it.
Jacob, Charles, and me and Alex. Not producer Dan today. He's on vacation in my home state of Minnesota.
Order will return.
Yeah, Order will return next week. We'll be off the next 2 days for the holiday. We wish you and yours the best. And we'll catch you on Monday. By all means, make sure to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It is pretty much the only Thanksgiving movie.
That can't be true. You said there was no Thanksgiving songs last year.